Transplant House is a home for bone marrow and organ transplant families coming to UW Hospital pre, during, and after their need for transplant. A lot of folks come here not knowing whether they'll be on a list or getting any procedures done, but they're coming hoping for a second chance. You know, I think the people that come here come very scared, very anxious, and yet very hopeful. And so what it teaches us about them is that each person comes with an incredible story and a family that comes with it. Because when someone has something in their life like transplant, it affects the whole family. It's not just that person. So they teach us about all kinds of aspects of humanity. And so while we think we're doing a great thing by having a house for them, they actually teach us more about life, and it's a very good relationship back and forth.
My name is Kim, and my husband is Jeff, and we're from Viroqua, which is about a half-hour south of La Crosse. So we're about 2 hours away from the University Hospital. My husband had a liver transplant in October. He also had a surgery before that in September 21st. We've been home a total of 5 days since September 21st. I was 21 when I had my first transplant. I was 15 when we found my kidney disease. Now, we could have stayed at a motel, or we could have squeezed in at our daughter's, but we would never have the experience that we have here, being able to visit and share stories with other transplant patients, whether they're the same as us or not. And we have said over and over how much we could have used a place like this when we were driving back and forth from Racine. And this will be the place that we stay for the love and the support that surrounds us, for the healing. So this place is a blessing to us and to a lot of other transplant people that I have met. We're a group unto ourselves, and yet we walk among all of you and you don't even know it.
I think the other thing is sharing our story. How do we tell our story? I can't be the only storyteller. So we have other people that can go out and tell our story for us and with us and have it be accurate. That's probably another great thing.
Our story started 3.5 years ago,
Yep.
right? My husband, Steve's had congestive heart failure for several years, and it's been all managed with medications and everything. And then he broke his foot at work, required surgery, and he had to get cardiac clearance to have the surgery, and he failed miserably. They wouldn't clear him for surgery. His heart wasn't doing well, it was starting to fail. Ultimately, he needed to get on a heart transplant list because his heart was really not good. And then he got the call January 29th.
I was on the list for 50 days.
I hadn't heard about the transplant house until, he was listed. So I came here kind of thinking this would be like a bed and breakfast and a little bit leery of, on your own what to expect.
And not knowing anybody.
And I wasn't even up the driveway. I got out of the car and was in the driveway, and Cindy came out and gave me a big hug, and I felt at that point like it was my family. It was amazing. You just swap stories and support, and there's a different understanding with each other. So
when you come here, you feel like you're at home. You walk around in your pajamas is fine, and a robe, and sit and watch TV, and you can converse with everybody, and everybody's in the same boat that you're in. So it really makes a big difference because they know what you're talking about, they know what you're going through, all that.
I don't know. We can't talk about Madison and Restoring Hope to enough people. Every chance we get. I mean, it saved his life, and
there's no doubt.
Definitely.
This is definitely the way to go.
I think one of the things that is really important to this house is also sharing the importance of organ transplant and bone marrow, and to get on registries. You know, there'd be no need for our house if there were no organs and no bone marrow. And it's crucial to the people that we see. We're a family that did transplant too, so we know this really up close and personal. And so part of the other part of our story is that we're pretty strong in asking for people to really become donors, because it's just crucial. And then, you know, to be hospitable and more understanding. I think, you know, get the word out. For us, the biggest thing is get the word out. We care about who people are and how they heal and how they go home. And we want them going home saying great things about UW and about Restoring Hope Transplant House. I think it's a good partnership, and it's great for healing and perspective. So, thank you.